Football season must be over, huh?
I see.
I kid. Good to see everybody. Happy New Year to our newcomers. Obviously, another ho-hum night in the Big 12. That's what every game is like in this league. I'm really proud of our kids. Tuesday was really hard for us. Obviously, the layoff was one thing, but then fighting the way we did to come back to then, like I told them, we just let go of the rope a little bit on the defensive end in the second half the other night and didn't give ourselves a chance to be beat. We didn't make Kansas beat us. Nothing against them. They won the game, and they did the things, but we also hurt ourselves in a lot of ways. But tonight was different. We gave ourselves a chance because we kept defending. Our defense got better, and then obviously we did a much better job taking care of the basketball and getting quality looks. So I'm proud of their response. And, now it gets easier. We get 3 games in 5 days on the road. So,
what did you do out of the gate as a team to sort of disrupt and create those first half turnovers?
I think our guys were just dialed in. They were pissed off the other night because they know at the end of the day what our identity is. We've had some games where we've scored a lot, but our identity is as a defensive first team. It's how we're built. And maybe some people don't like that we're built that way because the game is different. But I truly believe that if you get the right guys, the right number of shots, they'll make them over time. But your defense, no matter what, can always give you a chance. And today our defense gave us a chance, and then Keelan stepped up and made some, and 1K made some free throws late, and the guys just moved the ball a lot better than we have in a long time.
You mentioned the other night you were frustrated. It was a 6-point game with however much left, and it slipped tonight or today close enough. And when it went different, you had Keelan hit the shots, you had 1K. What did you see different from the group in closing it out?
I think we were up 2 at the 4-minute media at the end of the game. And again, just to talk about the mindset defensively, I told our guys, if they don't score again, we win. I mean, it really comes down to, can we play really good defense for 4 more minutes? And it becomes a foul game. You got to make your free throws and all that stuff. But the mentality is the defense still has to continue to do its job. And you're going to miss shots sometimes. And, sometimes the other team, and I think they were ranked number 1 defensively coming in. And I thought our offense was efficient, but it was given a chance because we didn't turn it over and we didn't lose our minds defensively when we didn't make shots.
I know you talked about moving the ball better, and Keelan gave a lot of credit to his teammates when you were in here. What did you think of his teammates' ability to give the ball to Keelan in those critical moments?
Yeah, it's part of being a good team. I mean, everybody has to recognize that what they do best as an individual isn't always what the team needs on a particular night to win. Tonight, Avery does best scoring. We needed Keelan to make some threes, and he had it going early. And so we talked about, hey, we're running these actions. Let's look to see if we can get them one. And then when that happens, and we haven't got one in a while, you're able to get Musa a lob dunk because teams are less anxious to help off of a guy like Keelan. And so it all works together. And as guys continue to buy into each other and sacrifice a little bit of their own success, this team has still a chance to have a really, really special season.
In years past, some of your squads have had a tough start to Big 12 play. What kind of made this group different where after one game it was able to reset and find its win?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think about years past often, especially when it comes to relating this team's success to it. And I'll never not give credit to the other teams. I mean, this is the hard, look up any metric. I mean, it's a wide margin between the Big 12 and everybody else from top to bottom. And, that means you're going to lose to good teams. I don't think any of those losses or slow starts that we've lost to bad teams, we haven't always played well, but you're going to lose when you play against good teams. I think one thing that I will say that I hope happens this year is that our teams have always gotten better. And we've always played better as the year has gone along. So if that's the case and we get off to a better start, then it bodes well for us.
Did you sense they were motivated at all by the tough schedule that's ahead, or was it all about getting back after Kansas?
No, our guys really don't. They don't think that deeply. I usually got to kind of plant a seed for them. But what they do know, and they're very aware of, this is it for us. We have 16 now games left to try to make this team as good as it can be. And so you can't keep dropping these games early like we did the last year, because at the end, you have no chance to do the one thing that's available to you, which is really compete for a regular season championship. So I thought we played with a level of urgency that we knew, we needed to get a win today.
The thought isn't necessarily 3 games in 5 days on the road. It's a broader.
It's the totality of what this team is facing. Now, I did tell them, nobody else in the league right now has the stretch we're going to have. Nobody. So, for whatever that's worth, let's go see what we can do about it.
Not that you reach out to the Big 12, but do you kind of shake your head and go, you reschedule a Tech game in the middle of this week? Like, do you kind of just shake your head and wonder what the hell's going on?
Yeah, but again, it's another one of those things that I can't spend a whole lot of energy on. I wasn't asked, right? But I was told that they would look at the schedule and see where it could fit best. And if that's where they felt it could fit. I do kind of understand. I'll kind of defend the league a little bit. There's a lot of moving parts this year. And there's a better than 50% chance probably that there may be some more postponements. So I think you're trying to protect yourself from having a big mosh posh of games that haven't been played, because we don't have the built-in week this year. So I think they tried in their best to find an opportunity for both teams, because it's not just us, right? Tech's schedule has to factor in this as well. And so I would imagine that they wanted to try to schedule the game as soon as they could, so that if something else happened later, there's not 4 or 5 games that you're trying to figure out how to get this one.
And like Tech has 3 games too.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
not just you.
No, and again, I don't like it for our guys, but I do think that the league they try to look at it and be fair as they could about it.
But were you given any explanation on that, or just?
I didn't ask for one. I try to do what the people who are my superiors ask us to do. I mean, and so I take. I don't want to say assume, but I have confidence in our leadership, right? And I would imagine that they did their best to try to do what's best for our kids and for our program, and factoring in everything else that has. These aren't easy decisions, so I'm not certainly bashing or trying to point fingers at anybody. It's a hard situation, and we look forward to the challenge.
And they don't look back a lot, but could you look back at the way you closed out last season, the regular season, and kind of draw from that with the stretch like this?
It wasn't quite like this though. Yeah. I mean, again, I try not to think about, because the teams are so different. If I was taking Cade on this trip, I feel really good about it. I don't get to go get him out of Detroit. And I'll tell you what, he thought they were going to make the playoffs. I think he's thinking secondly about that now. He might want to come play with us for a couple of games.
For more information, you can visit TulsaWorld.com.